Abraham and Sarah, a promise comes true a long time ago. There was a man named Abraham. He loved God with all his heart, and God had a very special plan for him. One night, God told Abraham, "Look up at the stars in the sky. Can you count them?" Abraham looked up and saw thousands of twinkling stars. He shook his head. "No, Lord, there are too many." God smiled and said, "That's how many children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren you will have. You will be the father of a great nation." Abraham was amazed, but there was just one problem. He and his wife Sarah didn't have any children. And they were very, very old. Sarah was way too old to have a baby, or so she thought. But Abraham trusted God. If God made a promise, then Abraham knew it would come true, no matter how impossible it seemed. Waiting for the promise, years passed, but Abraham and Sarah still had no children. Sarah started to feel sad. Maybe God has forgotten his promise, she thought. One day, 3 mysterious visitors came to Abraham's tent. He welcomed them and gave them food and water. Then, one of the visitors said something surprising. "Next year, Sarah will have a baby." Sarah was inside the tent listening. When she heard this, she laughed. "Me, a mother, at my age," she whispered. But the visitor, who was really an angel from God, asked, "Why did Sarah laugh?" "It's too hard for God." Sarah felt shy and said, "I didn't laugh." God knew the truth, and he also knew that his promise would happen very soon. A baby at last. Just as God had promised, Sarah had a baby boy the next year. They named him Isaac, which means laughter, because Sarah had laughed when she heard the news. But now, she wasn't laughing in disbelief, she was laughing with joy. "God has made me so happy," Sarah said. "Everyone who hears about this will laugh with me." Abraham and Sarah loved Isaac so much, and they knew that God had kept his promise. Their family would grow and grow just like the stars in the sky. God always keeps his promises. Abraham and Sarah's story reminds us that God always keeps his promises even when they seem impossible. Sometimes we have to wait, just like Abraham and Sarah did. But no matter how long it takes, we can trust God because he is always faithful. So the next time you see the stars at night, remember Abraham, Sarah, and little Isaac hand. Know that God's promises are true for us too.